We begin tonight with the latest on the Arizona Supreme Court's ruling on abortion in our state. That ruling allows an 1864 ban on all elective abortions to take effect once again. Thanks everyone for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. The pre-statehood law makes it a crime to perform abortions unless the woman's life is at stake. And tonight, political experts are weighing in about the implications today's decision could have on our state. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono is live outside the state capitol with more on how today's ruling could impact the November election. Bianca?
Yeah, guys, experts tell me today's decision likely means that voter turnout for November's election, which was already expected to be high, will likely be much higher. Minutes after Arizona's Supreme Court ruled to uphold the Civil War-era abortion ban, November's election was top of mind.
This is going to have a deep and lasting impact on politics in Arizona.
And Stan Barnes, president of Copper State Consulting Group, says it's Republican candidates who could pay the price.
If you are interested in Republican success at the ballot, this is a bad day.
Barnes describes Arizona's Republican Party as fractured. And while Democrats are united when it comes to their stance on abortion, the GOP is not.
We've had the Trump wing versus the McCain wing. Now we have the pro-life wing versus the more pragmatic pro-choice wing. And if it was complicated for Republicans in terms of running for office in this environment, it's now even more complicated.
And the issue of abortion drives voter turnout.
There are no doubt voters all over Arizona who are going to hear this story and say, what? We've gone from legal abortion to illegal abortion in one decision? Which party is going to fix that?
Cheryl Bruce believes she has the fix.
Access to abortion is a majority support issue.
She's the campaign manager for Arizona for Abortion Access, an effort trying to put abortion rights on the November ballot, giving voters the choice between the 1864 near total ban or enshrining abortion rights in the Arizona Constitution. As of last week, they had collected 500,000 signatures, well above the 383,000 required. And Bruce says they were flooded with calls and emails after Tuesday's decision. Evidence voters are motivated.
We're feeling very confident. I don't want to take away from the devastating news today. This is a near total ban, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to vote on this measure until November. But I do think that we are seeing even more of a resolve now from voters in Arizona to pass this measure.
And as for what comes next with that ballot initiative, I'm told they want to collect 800,000 signatures by their July 3rd deadline. Then they'll go through a court process to ensure that measure ends up on the ballot.
And Bianca, I want to focus on what the political consultant said a little bit earlier. What more are you learning about how Republican lawmakers, how they're responding to the Supreme Court's decision today?
Yeah, Karibe, as Barnes alluded to, they are divided on this. Some have come out today and tried to distance themselves from the ruling, saying they believe the 1864 law should be repealed immediately. Others have voiced support for the law, while some are on the fence, saying they want to sit down and take a closer look at the court's ruling. Karibe?
All right, Bianca, thank you so much. And today's ruling comes after the Alliance Defending Freedom petitioned the state Supreme Court to reverse a lower court's ruling on Arizona's abortion law. Earlier today, we heard reaction from the organization as well as a doctor they're representing. Take a listen.
Prevented officials from fully enforcing the state's pro-life law to protect unborn children. Thankfully, today's ruling overturns that decision and recognizes that life is a human right. It allows Arizona to respect that right and fully protect life again, just as the legislature intended.
I have the honor of serving these women and families bringing these children into the world. Every one of them deserves real support and real health care.
Okay, so we also caught up with a doctor who disagreed with the ruling, who told us that she's concerned about the ripple effects of the 1864 law and how that could have an effect on women here in Arizona.
It's dangerous, is what it is. These are laws that that have a very adverse effect on women's health care, that women will still seek reproductive care and will either do it in an unsafe way or have to travel out of state and get their care delayed. And that studies have shown that women who get denied an abortion have higher rates of poverty. There's higher rates of, there's effects on the children that they already have. There's women that are forced to stay in domestic violence relationships. These are bad laws all the way around.
Well, of course, this is an issue we'll continue to follow here on 12 News, both on air and online. And as always, stay with 12news.com and the 12 News app for the latest updates. Tonight, we've